Hello students, this is Umesh Joshi, your mathematics teacher for your class 10th. Today we will be going to start the chapter number 2 of your class 10th mathematics, that is polynomial. First let's discuss about the topics to be covered in the given chapter is first quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial and division algorithm. These three things we will be going to cover in this chapter named polynomial. Before starting this chapter, I will suggest you to go through the basics of the polynomial which you have already studied in class 9th. Clear? So first let's start quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Now before writing any polynomial we have to select a variable. So here I am taking the variable x. If I am taking the variable x, I will write like this. P of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. If you see here, ax square plus bx plus c, this is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial. Clear? So this is the standard form of any quadratic polynomial. Clear? Now if you see here we are having three terms. First term x square, then bx plus c. So we can define the quadratic polynomial with this standard form also. So if you wish to define the quadratic polynomial, you can define it as a polynomial which is having degree 2. What is the meaning of degree? Degree means highest power of the variable in the given polynomial. So here the variable is x, only one variable is there, and a degree of, or we can say the highest power of the variable is 2. So if the highest power of the variable is 2, then the polynomial will be called quadratic polynomial. Okay, so in quadratic polynomial you will be getting highest power as 2, or we can call it degree as 2. Here if I talk about a, if I am taking a, what is a? A is the coefficient of x square. In the same way, b is the coefficient of x, and if we take c, c is a constant term. What is c? C is a constant term. What is the meaning of constant term? A term which is having a fixed value. Fixed value. For example, you can check 2, 3, 4. These are all constant because the value of all the constant will be fixed. If I am taking here second term x, this term can be variable because we don't know the value of x. So this term is always variable. Here x square is also variable, so we cannot tell about the term what will be the number come in this term. So this is also a variable term, but this is constant. Value of a constant is always fixed. So one more condition you have to remember, that this a should not be equal to 0. This can never be 0. If it is 0, it will not be a quadratic polynomial. It will be a linear polynomial. Okay? And one more thing, this a, b and c are real number. Means a, b and c cannot be imaginary number. It will be always a real number. Yes. Now the first topic of the quadratic polynomial is zeros of polynomial. Zeros of polynomial. Now first we will understand the concept of zeros of polynomial. Means what is the meaning of zero? Suppose I am writing any polynomial as x square plus 2x minus 8. Now check the value of this polynomial at x equal to 2, means at p of 2. Check it. What is the value of x here? 2 square 2 into 2 minus 8. 2 square, that is 4. 2 into 2 is 4. If you solve it, 4 plus 4, 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Clear? So 0 is the value of the polynomial. 0 is the value of the variable. If you put the value of that variable in the polynomial, given polynomial, you will get as p of x equal to 0. Means overall result you are getting 0 here. Yes, so this is the meaning of the 0. Means if you are replacing x with any number and you are getting p of x equal to 0, so that number is a 0 of a polynomial. Is this clear? So for quadratic equation, we are having at most 2 zeros. How many zeros? 2 zeros. We will be having 2 zeros always in the case of quadratic polynomial. We will be having always 2 zeros. Clear? So let's discuss some questions so that this topic will be more clear. So here the first question. Find the zeros of the polynomial. What you have to find? You have to find the zeros of the polynomial. Yes, you can check. Find the zeros of the polynomial. First question, 3x square minus 5x plus 2. Now, how you can find the zeros of the polynomial? In the previous classes also, you have studied the same topic. Clear? So here I will factorize the given polynomial. Factorization means by splitting the middle term, I will factorize it. Clear? So here first, what is p of x is given? 3x square minus 5x plus 2. This is given. Yes. Now you have to split a middle term. Now how you can split a middle term? See, here if you can see, constant term is 2. Yes. Coefficient of x square is 3. So what you have to do? First you have to multiply the constant term with the coefficient of x square. Clear? So see here, if I am multiplying plus 2 by plus 3, here it is plus, you have to consider a sign also. Plus 2 by plus 3. So what you will be getting? 2 into 3 as 6. You will be getting 6. And in the middle, minus 5 is there. So you have to take a two numbers such that if you are adding the two numbers, answer should be minus 5. If you are multiplying the two number, answer should be plus 6. So minus 5. You can take minus 3 and minus 2. If you add minus 3 and minus 2, you will be getting minus 5. And if you do 3 minus 3 into minus 2, you will be getting plus 6. Is this clear? So it is satisfying the condition. So I can use 3x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 2 here. So p of x, this you have to do in your rough side. You don't have to include this in your classwork copy. Clear? So p of x will be equal to, I am writing the steps again, 3x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 2. Now 4 terms are there. From the first two term, I am taking 3x common. What I am taking common? 3x. So x minus 1 will be remaining. From the next two term, I am taking minus 2 common. So x minus 1 will be remaining. Yes. P of x equal to, now from the whole I am taking x minus 1 common. So 3x minus 2 will be remaining. Yes. Now to find the zeros of px, we have to put px equal to 0. And what is the value of px? X minus 1, 3x minus 2. Yes. So at the place of px I am writing. So if you see here, either we are having two factors. So either x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 3x minus 2 will be equal to 0. So I will write both. Either x minus 1 equal to 0 or 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So x will be equal to minus 1, and if you solve this you will be getting x is equal to 2 by 3. Yes. So at the last you will write zeros of the given polynomial are 1 and 2 by 3. Yes. Simple. In the same way you can move for the next question. So this is your next question. 5x square minus 3x minus 2. Yes. So here I am solving. See what is given. Solution. First, p of x is given. What is given? P of x. So p of x is given 5x square minus 3x minus 2. Now if you see here, the constant term is minus 2 and the coefficient of x square is plus 5. So if you multiply minus 2 by plus 5, you will be getting minus 10. What you are getting? You are getting minus 10. And in the middle term, what is here? Minus 3. So you have to select two numbers such that the product of the two number is minus 10, and on addition you will be getting minus 3. So simple, you can split the middle term here, 5x square. If you want to split 3x, so what will be the number? Minus 5x plus 2x. Minus 5 into 2, minus 10, and minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3. Clear? So I am splitting the middle term here. So I am taking 5x common, so 5x minus 1. Here I am taking 2 common. Yeah, 5x, so here x minus 1. Here I am taking 2 common. From the whole I am taking x minus 1 common, so 5x plus 2. So to find the zeros, I have to put p of x equal to 0. So x minus 1 and 5x plus 2 will be equal to 0. So either x minus 1 equal to 0 or 5x plus 2 equal to 0. So you will be getting x as 1 and x as minus 2 by 5. So the zeros are 1 and minus 2 by 5. Clear? All the steps I have written in the first question. That's why I am writing directly all the steps in this question. But in your classwork copy, you have to write all the steps properly. Yes. Now here comes the next question that will clear your more basics regarding the zeros of the polynomial. Now find the value of k in the following polynomial for which the indicated values of x are their zeros. Now one of the value is given, means one of the 0 is given. So first we will write here p of x is given kx square minus x minus 2. Yes, it is given. Now it is also given that x equal to 2 by 3 is the 0 of the given polynomial. If it is the 0 of the given polynomial, then at x equal to 2 by 3 you will be getting p of x equal to 0. Clear? So I will write like this. If x equal to 2 by 3 is the 0 of the given polynomial, then p of 2 by 3 will be equal to 0. P of 2 by 3 will be equal to 0 means if in the function at the place of x you are putting 2 by 3, you will be getting p of x as 0. So I am putting 2 by 3 at the place of x. Simple. k 2 by 3 whole square minus 2 by 3 minus 2 equal to 0. Now easily you can simplify it. Simplify this. 2 square is 4 upon 9. 3 square is 9. 2 by 3 minus 2. Now if you take the LCM, always use equivalent sign when one equal to is there. So it is 4k upon 9 minus 2 by 3 minus 2 equal to 0. Now take the LCM. If you take the LCM will be 9. 9 divided by 9, 1. Clear? LCM is 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 1 into 4k is 4k. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 into 2 is 6. So if something is not here, 1 is here. 9 divided by 1 will be 9. Clear? So 9 into 2 is minus 18. In the next step, I will multiply 9 with 0. So it is 0. 4k minus 16 minus 18 is equal to minus. So if you solve, 4k will be equal to 24 and k equal to 24 upon 4. When you cancel it, 4146. So you will be getting value of k as 6. Yes. So in this way, you have to find the zeros of the polynomial, and if the zeros of the polynomial is given, you have to solve the question in such a way. Now let's move to our next topic, that is relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. Yes, relationship between zeros and coefficient of polynomial. Now see here, this is very important topic for your means final exam point of view. This is very important topic. Clear? Now if I am writing a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Yes, when you solve any quadratic polynomial, you will be having two zeros. So I am assuming that let alpha and beta are the two zeros. Yes. Now in this topic, you have to detect the coefficient of the polynomial and you have to find the relationship between the zeros. So with respect to relationship between the zeros, we will be discussing sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros. Clear? So first you will have to find the sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros I will be writing it as S. Is this clear? What is the meaning of sum? Sum means addition. Addition of zeros. How many zeros we are having? Two zeros. So addition of two zeros, that is alpha and beta. So I am adding alpha plus beta. So what is the meaning of sum? Alpha plus beta means So what is the meaning of sum? Sum means addition. So I am doing alpha plus beta here. In the same way, you have to find the product. What you have to find? Product of the zeros. So product of the zeros will I will be denoting by P. So product means multiplication. So alpha beta. Is this clear? So here actually what we are doing, we are adding and multiplying. Clear? So direct formula also we are having. So I am writing the direct formula here. Alpha plus beta, or I will be calling it sum, can be written as minus b upon a. Now what is b here? What is b here? B is the coefficient of x. What is b here? Coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. And what is a? What is a here? A is the coefficient of x square. So whenever you wish to find the sum of the roots, it is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. There is no need to write this, you can directly write this minus b upon a. In the same way, product of the roots can be written like this, c upon a. Alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. C upon a means c is the constant term, so constant, whatever constant, and in the denominator coefficient of x square. Is this clear? So on this topic we will be doing some of the question. So with the help of question it will be more clear. Yes. Now the next question, find the sum and the product of the zeros without actually determining them. Without actually determining them means you have to apply the formula here, that is alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So first question I am taking solution. Here if you see, p of x is equal to 4x square. Yes, on comparing, when you compare this equation with the standard form of the quadratic polynomial with standard form of quadratic polynomial, so value of a will be 4 because a is the coefficient of x square. What is the standard form of quadratic polynomial? I am writing here ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of quadratic polynomial. So when you compare here, a will be equal to 4, b will be equal to minus 2 root 3. You have to consider sign also here. And c will be equal to 5. C will be equal to 5. See, c is equal to 5. Now first you have to find the sum. What you have to find? Sum of the zeros. So sum of the zeros means s. So s means alpha plus beta, and alpha plus beta you can find directly by minus b by a. So what is b here? Minus 2 root 3. So this is the minus sign, and what is the value of b? Minus 2 root 3. So this minus sign I am writing outside, and here it is also we are having the minus sign. So this minus minus becomes plus, and the coefficient of x square is 4, that is a. So value of a is 4. So I am replacing a with 4. Minus minus becomes plus 2 root 3 upon 4. When you cancel 4 by 2, you will be getting root 3 upon 2. So this is the sum. In the same way, by using the product formula, product of the zeros means p alpha into beta. Direct formula you have to use, that is c by a. If you see here, c is equal to 5 and a is equal to 4. So 5 upon 4. Is this clear? So first answer, sum is root 3 by 2 and the product is 5 by 4. Clear? Next question, second question. Now in this question I will not write the full statement, directly I will be doing. So what is given here? P of x is given 4x square minus 3x plus 5. Yes, here a is equal to 4, p is equal to minus 3 and c is equal to 5. So s is sum. What is the meaning of s? Sum, that is alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. What is the value of minus b? Minus 3. So minus of minus 3 upon 4. This minus minus becomes plus, so 3 by 4. P means product. Product means alpha into beta, which is given by c by a. Yes, which is given by C by A. What is the value of C here? 5. What is the value of A here? 4. So these are the two answers. Clear? Now let's take the very important question. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Now two questions are given. Two questions are given. I will be explaining one of this. First one I am explaining. Second one you have to do by your own in classwork copy. Now see here. First polynomial is given 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. So first we will convert this polynomial in the standard form of the quadratic polynomial. Now if you see in the question, first we will have to find the zeros and then we have to find verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So here what is the meaning of coefficient? Meaning of coefficient means you have to apply the formula of alpha plus beta is minus b by a and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. That formula you have to apply, and by actually adding and multiplying you have to detect the result whether by the formula or by actual multiplication it is coming same or not. So first question I am taking p of x. You can see here p of x, it is given 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. So 7x should be at the second place. So first we will convert the given, means we will check whether it is in the standard form or not. So we will convert it in a standard form, then we will be proceed. Now see here p of x equal to 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Now first you have to find the zeros. So how you will find the zeros? First split the middle term. Here it is minus 3, here it is 6. When you multiply minus 3 by 6 you will be getting 18 sorry, you will be getting 18. Here it is minus 7. So you have to select the two numbers so that on multiplying you will be getting minus 18, because minus 3 into 6 is minus 18, and on adding them you will be getting minus 7x. So two numbers are can you think the two numbers? 9 into 2. Yes, you have to take 9 and 2. So 9x, yes, plus 2x minus 3. Check, minus 9 into 2 is minus 18 and minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7. So you can split the middle term. What I can take common here? What I can take common here? I can take 3x common. So I am taking 3x common. So x minus 3 will be remaining here. Sorry, 2x minus 3 will be remaining here. And here I will take 1 common. So 2x minus 3. Now from the whole I am taking 2x minus 3 as common. What is remaining? 3x plus 1. Now to get the 0 you will put px is equal to 0. So 2x minus 3 will be equal to 0, or we can write 3x plus 1 will be equal to 0. So when you find the value of x from here you will be getting 3 by 2, and when you find the value of x here you will be getting minus 1 by 3. So this is your alpha and beta. So alpha is equal to 3 by 2 and beta is equal to minus 1 upon 3. Is this clear? Now verification. What you have to do? You have to verify the relation. So first I will verify for the sum of the zeros. So you can write it as sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros means S. S means alpha plus beta, which is given by minus b upon a. What is the value of alpha? 3 by 2. What is the value of beta? Minus 1 by 3. What is the value of b? Now, in the question itself, it is given. If you see here, when you compare it with the standard form, a is equal to 6, b is equal to minus 3, b is equal to minus 7, c, the standard form we have to check, and c will be equal to minus 3. So that value I will be using. So minus b by a means b is minus 7. So here see, b is minus 7. So minus 7 upon, and a is 6. See here, a is 6, c is minus 3. Now simplify this. LCM of 2 and 3 will be 6. Yes. Now if I divide 6 by 2, we will be getting 3. Yes. And 3 into 3 is 9. 6, when we will divide 6 by 3, we will be getting 2. And if I multiply 2 with 1, we will be getting minus 2. Minus minus becomes plus. So 7 by 6. Here also 9 minus 2, 7 by 6 equal to 7 by 6. Clear? So here you can see that by actually adding and by using the coefficient formula, you are getting the same result. So we have verified for the sum of the zeros. In the same way, you have to verify for the product of zeros. Product of the zeros. So product means I will be writing P alpha into beta, which is given by C by A. What is the value of alpha here? See, 3 by 2. Value of beta is minus 1 by 3. So at the place of alpha I am writing 3 by 2. At the place of beta I am writing minus 1 upon 3. The value of C is minus 3. See here. Value of C is minus 3. Constant term. Minus 3 and value of A is 6. Is this clear? So see here, this 3 will cancel out. So minus 1 by 2 is remaining. When you simplify this, you will be getting minus 1 by 2. So by actually doing multiplication and by applying the formula from coefficient, you are getting the same result. That's why our result has been verified. Is this clear? This is the next question. You have to solve by your own, clear, in your classwork copy. So let's take the next topic, that is the formation of quadratic polynomial when sum of the zeros, that is S, and the product of the zeros, that is P, is given. Yes, now see here, P of x is ax square plus bx plus c. Yes. Now suppose if sum is given as S, what is the meaning of S? Alpha plus beta, and product is given as P, which is alpha into beta. Now with this information we have to find, or we have to form the quadratic polynomial. So learn the direct formula here. If you wish to form the quadratic polynomial with this information, quadratic polynomial will be x square minus s x plus p. Now what is the meaning of p here and what is the meaning of s? So at the place of x, can I write alpha plus beta into x, and at the place of p, can I write alpha into beta, because the meaning of sum is alpha plus beta and meaning of product is alpha into beta. So this is the formula that you have to remember, direct formula you have to remember. Clear? That is P of x will be equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Yes, remember this formula. Now we will be doing some of the question based on this. Suppose question number 1, question is form the polynomial, form the quadratic polynomial whose sum and product of the zeros are given. Clear? See, I am taking two questions. In the first one, let the sum is given root 2 and the product is given 3. Is this clear? In the second one, I am taking 1 by 4 and minus 1. So first one. Here you can see, here sum means S. Alpha plus beta is root 2, check. This is the sum of the product and this is the product, sum of the zeros, and this is the product of the zero, and the product is given alpha into beta as C. So required polynomial will be P of x. I will be using the direct formula. Yes. So x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. So x square as it is, alpha, what is the value of alpha plus beta? Root 2x. What is the value of alpha beta? 3. So this is the required polynomial. This is your answer. You can solve for the next question also. What is given in this? This is your alpha plus beta and this is your alpha into beta. So directly you can write the polynomial, that x square, here this formula I am using, x square minus alpha plus beta. At the place of alpha plus beta I am writing 1 by 4 x plus alpha beta. Alpha beta is minus 1. So I will write it in bracket, x square minus 1 by 4x minus 1. So this is the required polynomial. Is this clear? Now some more questions we will be doing with the same concept. See, form a quadratic polynomial, one of whose zeros is 2 plus root 5 and sum of zeros is 4. You have to form a quadratic polynomial, one of whose zeros is 2 plus root 5 and sum of zeros is 4. Now, interesting question. Solution. Very interesting question. So, in this type of question, first you have to write the statement that let alpha and beta are the zeros of the given polynomial. You have to assume that zeros of the polynomial will be alpha and beta. Then you will be start solving. So first is, you will write let alpha and beta be the zeros of the polynomial, given polynomial, that is P of x. Yes. Now here it is given that sum of the zeros, then sum of the zeros means alpha plus beta, and the sum of the zeros in the question is given 4. It is given 4. Now here it is also given that one of the zero is 2 plus root 5. So let that 1 0 is alpha. So at the place of alpha I am writing 2 plus root 5 plus beta as it is, because we don't know the value of the beta. Yes. So this is the value of beta. 2 plus root 5 plus beta equal to 4. From this equation we will find the value of the beta. What is the value of the beta? We will simplify it. First I will be shifting 2 there, so it will become negative. So this 4 minus 2 becomes 2. So b plus root 5 will be equal to 2. In the next step I will be shifting this root 5 there, so it is 2 minus root 5. This is the value of the beta. Yes, this is the sum, so I can write it as here s also. In the same way we have to find the product of roots. To get the polynomial, we have to find the product also. So product is alpha into beta. If you see, what is the value of alpha? 2 plus root 5. So at the place of alpha I am writing 2 plus root 5 into, what is the value of beta? See here, 2 minus root 5. So at the place of beta I am writing 2 minus root 5. Check here. Here we can apply the identity a plus b, a minus b. So I am applying the identity here, that is a square minus b square. 2 square means 4, root 5 square means 5. 4 minus 5 is 1. So this is the value of alpha into beta. Now what is the formula? So the required polynomial is p of x will be equal to x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta x square. What is the value of alpha plus beta? What is the value of alpha plus beta? It is already given in the question, that is 4. Check here, alpha plus beta is 4, so 4x plus what is the value of alpha into beta? Alpha into beta is minus 1. So if you write x square minus 4x minus 4. So this is your required polynomial. Yes, next question. Again very interesting question. Now see, if alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, it is given in the question already. There is no need to assume. It is already given in the question that alpha and beta are the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial, and the polynomial is p of x equal to x square minus k minus 6x plus 2k plus 1. Yes, so you have to find the value of k if alpha plus beta is equal to alpha into beta. It is also given. So here conditions are given. So we have to use this condition to get the value of k. Clear? Here we don't have to find the polynomial. Polynomial is already given. Clear? Some conditions are given. With the help of polynomial and the condition, we have to find the value of k. What we have to do? We have to find the value of k. Clear? So here given quadratic polynomial is p of x is equal to x square minus k minus 6x plus 2k plus 1. Yes, it is given. Now if you see here, alpha and beta are the zeros. It is also given that alpha and beta are the zero here, since alpha and beta are the zeros. Now if I am applying the coefficient formula here, what I am applying? The coefficient formula. Clear? Coefficient formula means alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. It is given. So see here, if you compare the given equation with the standard form, a, the coefficient of x square is 1, so value of a will be 1. Coefficient of x is minus bracket k minus 6. So what is the value of b? K minus 6, negative k minus 6. And c is equal to 2k plus 1. Now alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Yes. Alpha plus beta is minus b upon a. This is the value of alpha plus beta. So see here, what is minus? What is b? Minus k minus 6. So this minus minus becomes positive. So directly I am writing k minus 6 here. And a, value of a is 1. So it is k minus 6. It is clear? In the same way, you can find the value of alpha into beta. Alpha into beta means product, and product is given by c by a. C by a means, what is the value of c? 2k plus 1, and a is 1, so I am writing directly. Now in the question it is given, what we have to do? We have to find the value of k. Now in the question one condition is given. What is given? it is given that alpha plus beta is equal to alpha into beta. Now what is the value of alpha plus beta? K minus 6. So I am writing here K minus 6. And what is the value of alpha into beta? So at the place of alpha into beta I am writing 2k plus 1. What I am writing? 2k plus 1. Simplify this, you will get the value of k. So I am simplifying this. I am shifting 2 there, so it is minus 2k. 2k there, so it is minus 2k. And shifting this 6 here, so it will be plus 6. Yes, it will be plus 6. K minus 2k will be minus k. 1 plus 6 will be 7. Shifting this negative sign here, so value of k is minus 7. So this is your answer. Yes, one more question. One more conceptual question is there, and this is the last question of your quadratic polynomial. Clear? If the zeros of the given polynomial x square minus 5x plus k are the reciprocal of each other, then find the value of k. What is the meaning of reciprocal? Now in this question I will not write the statements, all the statements I will be solving directly. If zeros are not given, first step is to assume that alpha and beta are the zeros. So it is clear that alpha and beta are the given zeros. And what is given? That one of the zero is the reciprocal of the other. So let 1 0 be alpha. So other 0 will be reciprocal of it. Reciprocal means 1 upon alpha. Is this clear? So 1 0 is alpha and the second 0 is 1 upon alpha. Now sum means here we have to find the value of k. So either you can use the sum or you can use the product. You can get the result. So here I am using the product. That will be easier. So product is p and p is given by c by a. What is the meaning of p? Product. Clear? You have to write the complete spelling here. Product means alpha into 1 by alpha. So alpha into 1 by alpha. If in the given question you see, what is p of x is given? P of x is given x square minus 5x plus k. So here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to k. So at the place of c I will be writing k, at the place of a I will be writing 1. This alpha will cancel out, so k will be equal to 1. So this is the value of k. So here your quadratic polynomial is over. The next topic that we will be starting in our next lecture is cubic polynomial. Is this clear? Prepare all the topics before coming to the next topic. Clear? Thank you, class.